running. We are in the second half of the year 2025, and I hope that all your financial goals and investment goals are coming up good. Congratulations, everybody. It's good to be back again quickly, as you know how we do it. Go ahead to keep liking these live sessions. Go ahead to keep power tapping your screens, and of course, give gifts. All of those screen actions will ensure that many more others who need the information we share here will join us. There are no places I have ever come across where things like this are being done for free. So if we are enjoying such information for free, then we should go ahead and help others to also get these updates. Thank you very much. I see you there, top of the day to you, Maobi. Appreciate you. Rebuild and Rise, thank you very much. Welcome to the month of July. Today is the very first day of the month of July, and I hope that it's looking good. Well, a lot is happening. For instance, Ella Lakes continues to defy logic. You never know what logic they are defying up till now. Maybe, just maybe, when the information eventually gets to the market that they are raising about 250 billion, then we would have an idea whether or not anything changes. But for now, let's enjoy the ride for those of you who are still in Ella Lakes. And of course, what do we have? Suddenly, a stock like, what do you call it? A stock like TIP. I saw it jump to 9 naira, and this is so exciting. I'd like you to enjoy yourselves as we keep making money. If you didn't make enough money in the first half of 2025, well, we have a chance to get it right in 2025 second half, and the second half has just started. You want to do your portfolio reviews and eventually even review your general life goals, because goals are meant to be reviewed from time to time, and halfway into the year is one of the perfect times to review your goals. All right. Kalistus Uchenna says, honestly, I've learned a lot from this page. Please, which stock should I get for long term? Well, we will get to that before I go ahead with what stocks you should buy and what's happening really in the market. Let's go on to see the latest updates with the top gainers, right? As we always do. So we go over to the screen and then we check who are the top gainers for today, this very minute. And I want to give credit to the site owners, Stock Bubbles. They are doing a wonderful job. It used to be very difficult getting information, concise information like we have on their site many years ago when we started, but now it's very easy, and hopefully you are getting along, right? So go onto the screens, and what do we have? Number one top gainer is Lasaco Insurance, 2 naira 98 kobo, currently gaining 9.96%. We also have number two, Ella Lakes, 8 naira 40 kobo, currently gaining 9.95%. And then number three, Maya. We see a trend that all paint manufacturers seems to be gaining a lot, and it has continued, and that's where Maya operates from. 11 naira 5 kobo is the price, currently gaining 9.95%. What do we have on number four top gainer? Nemeth Pharmaceuticals, 7 naira 18 kobo per share, gaining 9.95%. And then number five, we have Caverton Helicopters. It continues to rise, 6 naira 31 kobo per share, 9.93% gain so far. And then UPDC, 3 naira 57 kobo gain, currently 9.85%. That's 3 naira 57 kobo is the current price at number 6. What do we have at number 7? FTN Cocoa. They continue to rise of 4 naira 2 kobo per share, 9.84%. Legend Internet PLC is the number 8 top gainer for the day, currently 8 naira 18 kobo, getting 9.8%. Number 9, TIP, the Initiates PLC, one of our babies, 9 naira 5 kobo. Suddenly, TIP is about to leave the the penny stock range. Every stock less than 10 naira or less than $10 is referred to as penny stock. Now, before our very eyes, right from when it was 1 naira 95 kobo and 1 naira 80 kobo in November, we are watching TIP climb to 9 naira 5 kobo as we speak, and it's gaining 9.7% this morning. And then the last in our top 10 gainers list is Omatech, 80 kobo per share, currently gaining 9.59%. One thing we need to observe is that the gainers are really gaining maximally. How do I mean? There were times when amongst the top gainers, you will see some of them gaining about 5% and so on. But what do we have here? All of the top gainers are as high as over 9% gains per share today. And that's a whole lot. Now, the downfall of MTN has just begun. I'm seeing it's shedding about 18 naira, currently 339. That astronomical rise. It's now going to struggle to establish a presence. And do you know what? We continue to make progress as we go. QTix is receiving attention from what I'm seeing so far. Currently gaining 31 kobo. It's at 3 naira 51 kobo. That's where the top gainers list that we have at the moment is. So we go on to your comments right now. Coach, good day. QTix on the move. I moved in when you recommended it. Oh, that's from Aria Soapworks. I'm glad to hear that QTix is making you money right now. Let's see what's happening with QTix. In any case, sometimes when penny stocks moves, they make you a whole lot of money, right? So QTix, 3 naira 60 kobo, up from 3 naira 28 kobo that it closed yesterday, and suddenly QTix is on full bid, 9.6 million bids versus 0 offers, right? Okay, so we keep going, and let's see how it goes from here as we carry on to the afternoon. Coach, I have 300,000. What should I go for? If we keep responding to one request after the other, I don't think it helps us in many ways. The best thing we should be doing is listen out and look for opportunities instead of, so that we can manage the pressure of requests that are flying around, right? So I would like us to just pay attention as we go through opportunities for the day. Then you make up your mind to buy whatever you want to buy. I think that's the best way to go about this. Just keep your ears and listen. Coach, what do you think of FCMB? Okay, FCMB has consistently underperformed, and a lot of the market is not really happy with its performance lately. So let's see where it is right now. It continues to lag behind because of poor dividend payment. And I said a lot about FCMB yesterday. Currently, there are 16 million offers, just 3.7 million bids. That is to tell you a lot of holders of FCMB are even getting more frustrated while other stocks are jumping. It just continues to lag, and they really want to get out of that stock so they can go and grow their money elsewhere. That's what I'm seeing right now. They've not really impressed the market with their dividend payouts, okay? So that's the situation with FCMB. We are live even on YouTube, and I'm sure the quality of the transmission and video is much better now. Somebody could confirm, check and let's know what it is. Unfortunately, I'm not yet able to go through to see comments over there while the session is on, but I hope that it's a much better work that has been done by the team. So let's go ahead. Aminu, thank you very much for the gifts. Happy new month, coach. Please, between Beja Paints and Cap, which is most solid to buy at the moment? Obviously, Cap is the biggest name there. It's always been a very solid stock, never wavers. Rose to 50 naira 97 kobo yesterday, but has dropped to 47 naira as we speak. Not much activity is going on there, just 46,000 shares traded. But where you have liquidity more, even Beja has not traded too much, currently 31. I'm sure the financials will also justify my position because I know that CAP is a much bigger name. Let's see how it goes. I'm trying to check now to just give you a snippet of what their financial performances are between Beja and CAP PLC. CAP generates 41 billion naira as revenue, while Beja generates just 8 billion. So you can see very correct and very conversant with what's happening between them. I mean, market cap, sorry about that, market cap of 41 billion cap, while Beja has a market cap of 8 billion naira. Then if I look at the revenue, CAP generated about 37 billion last year, while Beja Paints generated 11 billion naira last year. Net income for CAP is 3.6 billion, while net income for Beja Paints is 780 million naira. Earnings per share for Beja Paints is 2 naira 69 kobo, while we have for CAP is 4 naira 52 kobo, right? So that's where we are. CAP is the bigger name and the bigger player, but interestingly, they both have PE ratios of 11. All right. Now, RSI for CAP shows 97, while for Beja, RSI is 68, and I'll tell you the difference. RSI stands for Relative Strength Index. It explains how much attention the stock has received in terms of buying pressure. So any RSI from 70 and above means there has been a lot of buying for that stock, and you may just be approaching a time when the stock price begins to descend or try to pull back. Now, between Beja and CAP, you have Beja at 68, that's nearing 70, and then you have CAP is at 97, approaching 100. So a lot of buying has happened with CAP, and of course, I was here when we spoke about CAP last, and then the price just jumped. I've forgotten how much it was. Maobi will remember, but what do we have here? RSI at 97 means there might have been exhaustion from the buyers, and it could just be finding its way downwards anytime soon. It's a normal thing for pullbacks to happen when stock prices rise very high. All right, thank you very much. If you are not following me, you are losing money. I must tell you, we have a lot of witnesses regarding that. Coach, is Vitafoam a good buy? I'll check and get back to you on Vitafoam. As we speak right now, Vitafoam is also experiencing a little bit of pullback. After it got to 74 naira per share, it has to rest a while, and we're seeing higher offers, about 1.1 million offers versus 526,000 bids. And the highest bid is 67, while the lowest offer is 70 naira. So it has come to that point when it slows down and holds on a bit before building momentum to rise again, if ever it has to keep going forward. Remember, you are going to be buying stocks these days that will help you to continue to make gains because it is Judgment Day. Like I said, we are now in July, and 2 weeks from now, we should be seeing half-year results of this company. So make sure you are buying companies with good results. Otherwise, if any company publishes a poor half-year result, there is the likelihood, all things being equal, that that stock may receive some punishment in terms of the stock price dipping. That's how the market works, and there is no sentiment about it. Sometimes sentiment plays a role, and a stock does badly and yet continues to enjoy patronage. Okay, Block Industry in Owerri says, what's your take on Ikeja Hotel, sir? I've been looking at it for a while. Your instincts are very correct. Ikeja Hotel is a good company. They just need to improve their dividend payments. In any case, sometimes it lags and drops to around 15 or 14 naira. That would be my ideal entry price. But these days, the way the market is going, it's currently at 16 naira per share. Who knows? But I'm sure in the long run, it's also a good company. This is a company we've always spoken about right from when it was selling at 7 naira per share. Ikeja Hotel is slowed a bit, but it's now trying to continue its run. We watch and see. Looks like Honeywell floor is receiving attention. Yet again, there are so many bids right now above 22 naira per share. Remember, yesterday it closed at 21 naira 50 kobo per share. So what do we have here? Honeywell floor currently traded 1.5 million shares, valued at 34 million naira. Oyin says, Coach, I have 200K. Which stock can I buy? Keep listening. When I mention these stocks, then you decide what to buy, so that we don't dwell on the same thing over and over. Hi, Coach. Thanks for all you do. Which to buy for long term today, Cadbury or UACN? I don't have any. And which price is reasonable to buy? Cadbury and UACN are already running. Cadbury closed yesterday at 41.50 and currently 43, but there are bids at 42.50. So maybe 42.50, or you could just close your eyes and pick it up at 43 and shut down. There are currently 6.2 million offers, bids for Cadbury versus 4.7 million offers. So the bids are higher, just in case you don't want to dilly-dally and to avoid any delays. All right, and then you go on to UACN. Currently at 41 naira 20 kobo, and it's about higher than the 14 naira 90 kobo. It closed yesterday. But what we have before us is that there are more offers for UACN, 1.1 million offers versus 842,000 bids. If you want to be frugal, then you go with UACN, which is a bit cheaper. But if you want to go all out for Cadbury, then fine. Because from the first quarter performances so far, Cadbury is doing better than UACN. We don't know what the second quarter result and then ultimately the half-year result will turn out to be. But when it comes to stability and financial strength in terms of capital, reserve, cash reserve, then you have UACN on top of Cadbury. So it's looking like UACN is now almost catching up with Cadbury. We watch and see. All right. Okay, Coach, will we see this happen again? Because even with my investment, it doesn't seem I was ready. Rebuild and rise. What are you referring to? Could you talk more on it? Is it okay to top up Okomo oil, though I bought before at 586? It's okay. I think that any top up you are doing now is not bad, because those palm oil stocks or oil palm stocks, I do not think that they are done with their rise yet. Okay, so we are seeing Nemet still flying. 10.8 million bids, 0 offer. So Nemet is in full bid right now at 7 naira 18 kobo. See Nemet of 2 naira before now, even 1 naira 90 kobo before now. A lot of people are making money, and I told you this year that we were going to make money. I hope you are making money already. Okay, what stocks to buy? Everybody is asking what stocks to buy. If you have about 300 to 500,000 that you are looking to invest, then I have said severally, buy QTix, buy QTix, buy QTix. But as we speak right now, QTix is running away. 3 naira 50 kobo up from the 3 naira 28 kobo. It closed yesterday. And not only that, okay, there are now supplies for QTix, and anybody who is interested, this is your chance to have some QTix, because the way these stocks behave, sometimes it's almost like magical. Just when you think you should wait a while, they don't drop. So it's looking like a lot more money is continuously finding its way into the Nigerian markets, and you want to take full advantage. QTix is now available at 3 naira 50 kobo, 8.9 million bids versus 1 million offers. In any case, the offers are increasing little by little. So you want to take your time and make up your mind on what you want to do. Hi, coach. What do you think about buying Bua cement? Well, we in Bua are sitting in for the long haul and we are going to be very patient. So if you are the patient type, then go ahead and sit still, buy your Bua and relax, and then we wait for its own day. Every stock has its own day, and when its day comes, there is no stopping that stock. That's what we've come to see, and hopefully, if you have a stock that you have been patiently waiting for, we hope that we're getting close to when it really performs. But stay patient with whatever you have, and continue with your plan. Do not be distracted by whatever is happening in the markets. A lot can still happen. We are only halfway into the year 2025, right? Okay, so we go ahead. I'm still scouting for stocks to buy. If you have between 100 or 50,000, in fact 500,000 and below, I still think that QTix is a good buy, Champs is a good buy. Just stay patient. All of these companies are fantastic companies that will do you well. And if you like, you want to add, unfortunately, mutual benefits assurance has left where an ideal point where I would have suggested is okay to enter. Mutual benefits assurance has left. Anytime from now, it could also pull back. It has left the value zone. I would have suggested that. Up till yesterday, I was still suggesting TIP, not knowing it will jump to 9. Well, that's where it is right now, and it's difficult to buy less than that price. Still checking to see what penny stocks. Well, UPDC is not bad, still available. It always has a tendency of waiting for orders. Unfortunately, UPDC also has gone into full bid. What's really happening with these penny stocks these days? It's looking like it's their turn right now. I could see how they clearly dominated the top 10 gainers list for today. Coach, I am referring to money in the market. So much profit, coach. Well. You heeded the call to invest. It's now time to enjoy the profit. Enjoy your ride. You deserve it. And then if you have 500,000 and below, I repeat, stocks like First Holdco are still looking at you right now, asking to be attended to. 26 Naira is not bad for First Holdco. So feel free to buy First Holdco at that price. If you can wait for TIP to come down below 9, it definitely will. Not that's for sure. Then you can also buy TIP. But my mind is telling me another round of an upward trajectory is building up for a stock like Honeywell Floor. I'm seeing a gradual build up. Attention is shifting towards Honeywell as we speak. 1.5 million shares traded. Let me see the bid and offer status. 2.3 million bids versus 659,000 offers. So that's what we have currently. Keep your questions coming in. Good afternoon, coach. What's the best buy for TIP right now? Well, TIP is at 9 Naira. That's how much you can get it. Otherwise, you wait below 9 and you will have to wait for as much as possible. Remember, today is just Tuesday. It's the first day of July, the first day of the first half of the year. Louisa Oge says, I thought Honeywell was delisted. Well, Honeywell wasn't delisted. It is marked for delistment, but it hasn't been delisted yet. And so the tendency for the parent company to pay higher continues to grow, because right from when it was around 5 Naira was when the delisting update came to the market and I shared. Most of us who got in, we are still seated in that bus. It's now 22 Naira 50 kobo. Nobody knows how or when it may eventually be delisted and at how much it will be delisted. But it certainly is not going to be delisted for less than what the market price is. So the higher it goes, the higher the payout will be for those who want to stay back and enjoy the delistment returns. Okay? All right. One stock that has stayed for a while now is Guinness, and it's looking like Guinness is about to move after it moved from the 77 naira it was when I spoke about it to 90. We saw a little retracement from the 90 backwards. Yesterday it closed at 88, but today I'm seeing Guinness now at 90 naira 30 kobo and just 8,000 shares traded. But we are seeing 1.8 million bids versus 311,000 offers. So Guinness is about to gather steam also. So these two stocks, Guinness and Honeywell, they are showing me signs that it is time to move upwards, right? Dangote Sugar is at 47. Looks like it doesn't want to come below that price anymore. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm seeing QTIX being cleared off already, and it just gets better. Does Guinness pay dividends? Absolutely, they do. Please, do you use technical or fundamental analysis to make your decisions? Smile for me. Most of my decisions are purely fundamental analysis, which I cannot do live for various restrictions' sake, and I'm on 3 platforms right now. But sometimes a little bit of technicalities is involved in determining when to enter, and that's the reason why when a stock shoots up very high, I tend not to buy at all, right? Because there is the tendency for a pullback, and that's a technical analysis approach. So a lot of times in determining what price to enter, I try to depend on very little knowledge of technical analysis, right? Okay. So this is how QTIX for the second time goes on full bid again, right? All right. Aradel. What's happening with Aradel there? Just a moment. Okay. This is a live update session, and so things like this can happen. Aradel is 521 naira per share from the 514 it closed yesterday. Some bids are building up above 520. I can see little by little. Whenever Aradel is ready, the market will know. Currently, 845,000 bids versus 675,000 offers. Very soon also profit takers will be coming in to discharge some QTIX. From what I'm seeing here, it fluctuates between 350 and 359 and 360 and so on. I'm seeing that they are selling off. When it gets to 360, they sell to them and then sell down to 3 naira 50 kobo again. So let's see, for beginners with 500k to 700k stock, can you advise to start with? Buy penny stocks, and but sound penny stocks like QTIX, Charms, and what do you have? CWG has been receiving attention as well, but there are still offers in the market, which is good. CWG currently 13 naira 60 kobo, up from the 12 naira 65 kobo. Okay. All right, somebody steps in here and starts doing moot. This is not where you do all those kind of things. So this is how you get blocked. Whatever your name is, you are blocked, and you can't continue to distract us from making money. My Atlas portfolio has not yet been updated since 27 June. Please help, coach. We will check to see if Atlas is in the house. If they are, then we will get them to respond. Otherwise, okay, they are in the house, so they can respond to you on the comment section. Just watch out for their response on the comments. Is NACO 95 naira a good buy? Okuna Raphael, I saw from yesterday that NACO was attempting a recovery after it was pulled back from the 105 naira it rose to. And though it didn't close as high as it rose yesterday, it continues to make an attempt. Now 93 naira 90 kobo, 50 million naira has been spent in the market on NACO alone, and I'm seeing the bid and offer status 1.7 million bids versus 1 million offers. So bids are beginning to build up again, and what I said earlier is about to happen again. NACO will now attempt again to jump above 100, but it's going to first gather momentum before that jump, right? Okay, so if you are looking at buying NACO for the long term, you can put in your bids at 92. There are several bids already at 92. Whether or not you are sold to, I may not know, but the lowest offer is 92 naira 90 kobo. Coach, please, do you have link with Morgan Capital? My PO from Zenith isn't in my portfolio. Emmanuel, God with us. I do not have link with Morgan Capital. I used to use Morgan Capital some time ago, and I used to share their contacts as well. So maybe you may do me a DM on Instagram. I will forward a number to you for you to call so you can follow up on that. Good afternoon, Coach. Please, any update on VFD Group? No update as we speak. I'm sure you are referring to the bonus allotment, not yet done. And we saw it drop to less than 14 naira yesterday. In fact, it closed at 13 naira 90 kobo yesterday, and I was saying it's a good buy at that point because it was around 13 naira 50 kobo or so that it was marked down from. So it's back to the markdown price, if you like, and that's a bargain because eventually VFD Group. Meanwhile, expect a fantastic second quarter result for VFD Group as well. So expect a fantastic second quarter result for VFD Group, right? Okay, stock to buy. UPDC that I always mentioned and advised you to buy under 3 naira. Suddenly now 3 naira 57 kobo and unavailable in the market. Patience is key. I remember when it kept going back and forth. Every time it manages to climb above 3, it drops again. But what do we have now? That is no longer the case. Suddenly, it's doing so well, and 18 million bids, 0 offers. That's how interesting the stock market can get. Coach, I'm new. You said I should send you messages on Instagram. I haven't got any reply on Atlas. The law, put down your full names and copy Atlas in the comment section. They are watching and they are responding. Hopefully, you get their response right here. That's why I said come on live and let them attend to you, just in case there are any impediments making it difficult for them to respond to your message. Coach, some investors yesterday said they have started receiving their VFD bonus stock. All right, that's a good one. Interesting to note that. So let's keep watch. Maybe that's why the sell-off is going on. You know, people are excited. The bonus shares is free, so they want to sell it off and take the money. So that could also be the reason why VFD dropped drastically. But you know what? If you are in any stock for the long term and you know that the fundamentals are still intact, then there's nothing to fear and worry about when you talk about price movement. Because this same VFD we're looking at now, eventually, by the time it rises, say come February, it rises to 30 naira per share. You'll be wondering what you will see if you check on your chart, say your 10 months or 8 months chart. You will never see that these price fluctuations we are seeing that makes it look like it's always dipping and rising and dipping and rising. What you will see is a straight line. That's what long-term time in the market does for you. Hi coach, I need a suggestion on one solid, fast-moving consumer goods stock. Louisa Oge, she can be very strategic in her approach. You can imagine one solid FMCG. Now, between Unilever, Cadbury, and UACN, you can have one solid. And if you ask me, The three of them have their various pluses and minuses. It will now be up to you to determine which of them to go for, right? When it comes to cash reserve, which is the oxygen and the blood, the lifeblood of business, UACN has a solid cash reserve. You could see that from their retained earnings after earnings per share of over 4 naira. They only paid 60 kobo per share. They are coming from a very bad past that they don't want to repeat. So, with a huge cash reserve, that tells you that this company has sufficient money to withstand any future economic shock. They also have sufficient money to go into expanding the business further without necessarily having to borrow or to dilute their shares by doing offers. Now, that's one solid defense that UACN has, right? Even though, if you check the quarter one results of UACN and Cadbury did better than UACN in quarter one, but that's not the end of the story because the race is for the full year. So you cannot preempt or make final decisions or conclusions based on just one quarter performance of these companies. By the way, I think UACN is also a stakeholder in Maya Paint. UACN has a certain percentage stake in Maya Paint. So UACN used to be heavily diversified until they began to restructure the business, and then it's almost like what we call portfolio rebalancing. They now had to unbundle some of these businesses and leave them alone. That's where UPDC came from. That's where UPDC REIT also was unbundled from. And then we also have then the mayor that you have. Remember, USTN is actually the parent of Mr. Biggs of those days. Okay, so that's what it is. And then for Unilever, they've been coming all along. Unilever had a fantastic previous years, and it's not been bad. In fact, on paper, based on previous performances, Unilever is the biggest. But I really need to recheck and do some very close analysis of especially current performances versus the last to see which is best. But I can assure you, all three are solid, and that's why they are all doing well. Now, even the UACN that used to lag behind at 33, and most importantly, lagged behind because of that disappointing 60 kobo per share dividend. The market has forgiven it and continues to hold on to and now pay more for the stock. So a stock they abandoned at 33, in fact, it dropped to 26 naira after their full year result was released based on that disappointment. But guess what? Suddenly, you have a situation where UAC has bounced back seriously and is now at 40 naira or so. I saw it even trade as high as 44, but I knew that that was temporary for now. So it gives you also an opportunity to buy it cheaper. Currently 42 naira per share, up from the 40 naira 90 kobo it closed yesterday. So I think I've said enough for you to try to make up your mind. So I really can't tell exactly clear cut right now based on their finances who is the strongest amongst them, because Cadbury is doing a solid fight back, and you can see Unilever clear leader at 50. The question now is, based on certain fundamental metrics, what is the 1 year price target? There's a way to work around that and to say, okay, based on the earnings per share in the first quarter, we take a look at analyzing that first quarter earnings per share, and then we work on certain metrics to see that, okay, what is the average PE ratio? And then you multiply it by the annualized earnings per share to see maybe either of them what their 1 year price target can be, right? Okay. Nagiri Asuku, good afternoon to you. Please, coach, what are the fundamentals we are supposed to always look out for? All right. First of all, you need to grab the financial reports of these companies. Go on the NGX website. All companies report their finances there, and it is a regulatory requirement for listed companies to do so, right? So you compare previous performances with current performance to see what the progress is in terms of revenue growth, in terms of income, especially net income, right? And then down to earnings per share and all of those things. You want to see a 3 to 5 year progressive growth, including shareholder funds. Shareholders funds is simply total assets minus total liabilities, whatever is left. What that means is now we have moved into our educational segment. That's how we do it. Every live session will have a daily educational injection, a dose of theoretical injection of a better understanding of what's happening in the market. So what I'm saying is for companies that continue to grow their shareholders funds, what that means is if all of the debts that the company owes, assume that the company is about to be liquidated, everything that they dispose of, put together, after they clear their debts and everything, what is left to be shared to shareholders is what we know as shareholders funds, right? Some companies have negative shareholders funds. That's dangerous. That's like a walking corpse. These are the things you check to be sure that your money is safe where you are investing it. And it's not easy to teach most of these things, especially these fundamentals, even technicals. It's not easy to teach them in a live session because you need a board to share screen and all those things. And you can't easily do that where you are streaming on 3 different platforms, currently on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok, right? Coach, can we still buy Dang Sugar and Nako, and at what entry price for both? Dang Sugar, they are both pulling back, which is a good thing. That's okay. If you buy during pullbacks, it's not a problem. That's when I love to buy stocks during pullbacks. So pullbacks are times to buy your favorite stocks. It's just a matter of settling down to know when to buy. Take a good look, and then you buy during the pullbacks. All right? Aradel, Charms, NIDF, Transcorp, Wema, Jais, Veritas, and Livestock. Is it a balanced portfolio? Nagiri. I'm taking a closer look. Looks like you have a few paperweights. The question would be how much exactly is it worth? If it's a heavily funded portfolio, if the value is very high, then I think you need more additional solid stocks in. I'm surprised there is no bank amongst these stocks. No tier 1 bank. You need a tier 1 bank, at least one tier 1 bank. And we're talking about the top 5 banks. And that's what is referred to basically as FUGAs. So if you must have heard FUGAs anywhere, it speaks about the 5 top Nigerian banks, the top 5 Nigerian banks, FUGAs, in no specific order. Just for convenience sake, you have F for First Bank, U for UBA, G for GTCO, A for Access, and Z for Zenith. By all means, balance your portfolio by having one of those tier 1 banks. All right? Okay, suddenly we have 10.5 million bids for QTICs. Okay, the bids have reduced, a lot of selling has taken place, and now we have 218,000 offers for QTICs. Owando is pulling back drastically. Can I still hold on to it or sell off? Eniola, Emmanuel, Obayemi, that's the problem we have when the finances are not fantastic. So people are really considering other options. But you know what? Wando has a way of bouncing back every time it appears it is being dumped. So if you wanted to pull out, you could have pulled out when it got to 69. Who would have known that they would not be impressed with the first quarter result that was released? In any case, Wando is an enigma stock, and you need double, will I say, buffer to be able to deal with it. A lot of times, when you sell is when it rises. Then when it rises, you don't want to sell anymore because you feel, okay, finally I'm about to recover my money. Then it pulls back again. So a lot of trading funds is in Owando, and that's the situation because of the instability and unsatisfactory performance in terms of the finances. They make a lot of revenue, generate a whole lot of revenue, but a situation where the cost of sales becomes so much, it eats so deep into the revenue generated, then you have very little money left as net income or profit after tax. That's the problem with Owando. That's part of why they've not been able to pay dividend for the past 10 years. So you can imagine. So the bonus share redistribution, not really a bonus, not technically not a bonus, but it's free. The share redistribution they are doing is more like a compensation for shareholders who have held on for over 10 years without dividend. Well, those are the analog days of investment. For me, now that you can invest by yourself and digitally so from every location you are in the world where you have internet, there's no sleeping over a particular stock. How do I check for RSI? Is it possible with Atlas? No, it's not. Just Google search some of these things, Okuna, Raphael. How do I check for RSI? Okay, I've responded to that. Okay, so that's it. Good afternoon, coach. I would like to know if Mark Nichols is a good buy for long term. I have never researched Mark Nichols personally, and so I am not able to say. That does not mean it's not a good stock. Just do your due diligence. All right. Babatunde Salako says, why is Stanbic not among the Fugas? Well, Stanbic, if you know, has a foreign coloration to it, right? Stanbic is a merged bank between Standard Bank of South Africa and IBTC, right? Stanbic of South Africa and IB, there's Stanbic Bank in South Africa, and then there is IBTC, which is fully Nigerian. It's founded by Atedo Peter Side. It's actually from Rivers. So Opobo in Rivers, that's where he's from. So he's the founder of IBTC. Along the line, he got involved with some South Africans and they went into a merger. That's why you have Stanbic IBTC. IBTC used to be, in fact, it is the foremost investment bank. IBTC simply stands for Investment Banking and Trust Company. That's what IBTC is. It wasn't listed in the stock exchange until much later when it got to merge with Stanbic. So because Stanbic and EcoBank Transnational have foreign coloration, we have them out of the Fugas list. It's not anything wonderful. It's just a way of, okay, these are purely Nigerian banks. And so when you want to observe them, you understand that Fugas is 100% Nigerian in terms of the foundation and the ownership. Though all of these banks still have people who are foreigners that own it in terms of shareholders, by the way, right? Okay, but I'm talking about indigenous. Exactly, that's the word. Indigenous, purely indigenous. Okay, I hope you understand that now. All right, what is your opinion on FeedSyn? Now, I have news about FeedSyn, and you would have noticed that FeedSyn, after it rose from 27 before our very eyes here to 42 or so, or 46, It's been stagnated for a while. Fitsin has a commercial paper in the market. They are trying to raise money. Yesterday it closed at 44 naira. Today is 41 naira, even though the bids are more than the offers. Now, I'll read to you details of the offer. Fitsin is presenting to the public commercial papers, two series. Series 1, 20 billion under its 50 billion commercial paper program, right? The commercial paper is now open and it will close this Friday, 4th of July 2024. You know, Fitsin is in the pharmaceutical industry and they are doing very well. For the year ended 2024, they recorded 84.2 billion naira in sales. Pharmaceuticals, 84 billion in sales. That's a 59% increase from the 53 billion recorded in the previous year. Now, they have a wide range of products, you all know, in the pharmaceutical sector. And they previously had also done commercial papers. For instance, last year, July 2024, they issued 4.56 billion naira in commercial papers and a 12 billion naira commercial paper as well. So it's not something strange. This is one of the ways they try to fund their businesses. Commercial papers are debt instruments issued by corporate organizations to fund short-term needs of the business. So 269 days, 182 days, and all that. But this particular offer, the details is that the program size is 50 billion naira, target up to 20 billion, series 1 and 2. The difference is in the tenors. Now, series 1 has 182 days tenor, series 2 has 270 days tenor. The discount rate is 20.6% for the series 1, 182 days, and 20.9% for the 270 days tenor, right? A minimum subscription is 5 million naira. So if you are interested in investing in these commercial papers offered by Fitsin, then why not? Feel free, go ahead. Okay? All right, while we are talking about Stanbic decides to gain a little bit, 85 naira 70 kobo as we speak. Okay, keep your questions coming in. Okay, I have Babalola, the designer, says, good day coach, is MTN a hold or sell? Well, the question is, why did you buy MTN? If you bought for long-term, hold. There's a whole lot left. Try to buy Ella Lakes, but kept failing. Over 57% of since added to my watch list. Well, that's what happens. A lot of times, a lot of stocks do not look attractive, but that's when to buy them, right? When you make your research and take notes of the good stocks mentioned, do not start running after them when they start jumping. There is that tendency to the fear of missing out. They call it FOMO. You run after a stock because it is jumping. That's the normal human nature. But you know what? That's the easiest way to fail in the market. Running after every stock that is running. There are often times you run after a stock like that, they dump on you because you are coming to the party late. It's always better. For instance, I kept mentioning buy CWG, buy CWG. One particular day during a live session, everybody who calls, what should I buy? I said, buy CWG. Then CWG was 9 naira something. Nobody knew that within 1 week it would jump from 9 to 13 because CWG has a way of always pulling back every time it goes forward. But maybe the market has seen the value in CWG that we saw. By the way, this CWG we've been buying and recommending from around 4 and 5 naira, right from when we were on WhatsApp 3 years ago, okay, before moving on to Discord. So that's the way it works. Buy a stock, stay in it, and then enjoy the ride when it starts riding. Yes? Okay. Cent by Saint, are you there? Adetoye says it's bought Fidelity 19 naira 90 kobo. Let's see what what's happening with Fidelity. I haven't remembered to check because that's another good stock to buy. 19 naira 90 kobo continues to sell. It's still begging for people to come in and buy. Well, there is so much bid for Fidelity right now. If you don't buy Fidelity 1990 today, you won't see it at below 20. Because I'm looking at 31 million bids for Fidelity versus just 7 million offers. So if the bidders clear the offers, we'll still have about 20 something million bids with no offer. That's the situation with Fidelity Bank right now. Good afternoon, coach. Please, how do I transfer my stock from one broker to another? Very simple. UK views. All you need to do is email your broker and tell them you want to transfer your stock from another broker. They will furnish you with a share transfer form for you to complete, send to them, and then they commence the process by contacting the broker from who you want to do your transfer. I hope that answers your question. If you are not following me, you are losing money. Now we'll go on to callers, having done 1 hour responding to comments. Oh, fashion designer in Lagos says my money is working for me. I'm very glad to hear that. All right, she says yes. I think I bought CWG at 9 naira. It has increased so sweet. Honestly, it can't be any sweeter. You see what I'm saying? I have a witness in the house. Now, Michael has been standing by. Let's hear Michael. So the phone lines are now open. You can call in so you can talk. Hello, Michael. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Please tell us where you're streaming from.
My name is Michael, and I'm streaming from United Arab Emirates.
UAE, all the way. Thank you very much, Michael. Go ahead with your questions.
Thank you, Coach, and thanks for everyday attention to us. Thank you. God bless you the more. My question is about average up and down, as for people who are looking at long-term investments. So, example is stock that one got for 500 just last month, and now is at the rate of 522. Can one average up on this, or is there any limit we can look at to consider average up or down? This is my question, sir.
If it's a stock being held for the long term and you are noticing it is rising, but it hasn't gone and it's within 500 range, you bought at 500, it's still at 5 something, right?
Yes.
And you are not satisfied with the quantity you have.
Yes.
Because it is a solid long-term stock, you should average up. I gave that analysis with Vitafoam. I bought Vitafoam 25 or 23 or something like that. And then I went on when it rose from that price of 55 to buy more at 55. So all that happened to my average enterprise, it now increased from a 23 or 25 it was to 38. But even as it rose to 38, the price was 55 when I bought, so I was still in good profit. And then it moved from the 55 I bought to 70 as we speak. So because it's a solid stock and I saw that there is still more value in it, I went ahead to average up. And it paid off almost immediately because it didn't take time. Just after I bought, it rose further to the 70 that it is right now. So sometimes these stocks also gives us the chance to buy more cheaper because eventually it will be more painful for you to find that stock jump to 700 and you haven't bought, you had to buy at 500 plus. So that's my advice. Go ahead and pick it up. And I'm thinking you are talking about Aradel.
You're right.
Exactly. I personally am not satisfied with the volume of RL I have. So what I'm doing is I'm still trying to buy and sell some orders to build more capital because it's not on a daily basis that money flows into your hands. It doesn't happen anywhere. Everybody who makes money, there are times when the money is not coming. Then you work, whether it's business or employment, after a while, money flows in. So, what we try to do and what makes it look like every day we are buying stocks is because we juggle our trading stocks in the portfolio and try to build it up. When it grows to a certain extent, we move into those long term stocks that we have been targeting that are still within buy range.
Okay.
That's the idea. So go ahead and satisfy yourself because now that all these, and that's what happens. Now that all these other stocks are jumping, stocks like Aradel will just be looking at us. And then it eventually peaks and flies. Then we start asking questions. Is it good? Is it still okay to buy at 700? By then we are finished money. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Michael.
so much, Coach, for that. Thank you. God bless.
God bless the cheers. Silver Big is next on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's good to be with
Can you
you
hear me, sir?
loud and clear. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Success. I'm streaming from Abuja.
Success from Abuja. We are glad to have you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I want you to help me throw more light in this window that keep going up and coming down. If it goes up again, is it advisable to sell and buy another stock?
One
Well,
dose.
I've not even benefited anything since I purchased it, and I bought it at a high rate.
Well, the question is, why did you buy it in the first place? What was your plan? Can you share what your idea was?
It was actually for a long term. Oh. But the way he's doing, as in, is not encouraging one to keep to say, I've achieved. When you look at it, you say, I've achieved. I have other stocks, but the handle keep bringing everything down. You keep, when you check it, there is no saying that so time I've gotten it, I've been able to achieve such as a profit. And there are other stocks that at least that I've seen within the time rate I bought to handle, they are done so well. So I was saying, if I seeking advice, if I should, when it goes up again, if I should just sell and put the money somewhere else instead of holding on to it, or do you see advice to hold on to it?
Okay, what I think is my advice would be hold on for the next push upwards. Wando is
Okay.
known for this behavior. It just lags and makes you feel, in fact, it drains your energy. Now, the reason is not far fetched. Wando is not doing fantastically well in terms of their finances. Up till the first quarter result, there is a bit of improvement, but it's almost epileptic. It's not looking like they are going to come out of the problems they are. Too many debts, too much debt, plus the fact that the overhead cost swallows up all of the trillions of naira generated via revenue. And so, for me, if it's making you feel this way, even if you invested for the long term, you need your peace of mind. And if you are not impressed, you are the CEO of your portfolio. You can decide to offload and put it elsewhere and watch it grow. But sometimes also it happens that when you offload, the price now starts jumping. In any case, just make up your mind. If you've decided to sell, then you proceed.
So
So
thank you, sir.
another advice, wait for the next push because all that makes Owando continue to be this high is because of the hope that things will turn around. Gigantic projects they get involved in terms of acquisitions and all of this. But as much as they keep drilling and generating revenue, it's not reflecting in the bottom line where shareholders should be are rewarded. So next push up, you move, sell, and diversify to something else. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Chuchuli is next on the line. While Chuchuli is trying to connect, hi coach, which stock can I buy? Hoping to get profit by December. Can I tell you this, Sheyi Fumi Sachs? December is one of the worst times to expect to sell a stock. Can I tell everybody listening to me right now? November, December is one of the worst times to sell stocks because prices are terribly low that time. Take it to the bank. So if you are here planning to buy a stock now to sell in December, you'll be shocked. Some of these stocks jumping now will not be at the same price by December because that is the planting season. But you know what? Anything can happen in the end. Looks like we didn't get through with Chuchuli. I don't know what happened. Sending the call again.
Hello.
Chiamaka says, Coach, please, should I sell Northern Nigerian flour mills?
Good afternoon, coach.
How much you bought it, Chiamaka? Good afternoon, Chuchuli. Tell us your name and where you're speaking from.
Oh, good afternoon, coach. My name is Chuchuli. I'm calling you from Yenegua, Bayelsa.
Thank you very much, Chuchuli, all the way from Venezuela. It's good to have you. Go ahead.
Thank you. I don't really have much. I tried to message you yesterday to set up an account, but I was able to, I think from the platform I registered, so I've submitted my details. So I'm hoping to get the account this week. I'm actually new.
Not a
That is better
problem.
late than never.
No matter how new and how late it looks like, the most important thing is that we have met and we can fulfill destiny together.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be following every day going forward.
All right, thank you very much, Julie. Give them 72 working hours and then keep checking also your spam mail.
Email? Okay.
Yes. Don't forget also check your spam mailbox because a lot of times, sometimes you find the login details appears in your spam mailbox. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much too.
Okay, so I'm seeing some comments. I bought Northern Nigerian flour mills at 95. Okay, Chiamaka bought at 95. Let's see how much it is right now. It hasn't gotten, you have not made any money yet. Let's see. Don't worry, calm down. Northern Nigerian flour mills is just about to rise again. Just relax. You will see it run. 95. If you sell now, you are selling at either 102 or something. That's not enough gain yet. That's what this market is all about. A lot of times it can push you to sell what is just about jumping. So just stay calm, stay patient, and let's see how it goes. Good afternoon, coach. Please, can I buy corn oil? King Kiddy's shop, hub. Please and please, corn oil has messed up in their report. Do not get in there at this very material time. Please stay safe. That's all I can say. The report from corn oil is not very fantastic. At what price should one be looking to buy USC and Cadbury Unilever? Aquafit Electronics in Lagos. USCN, I kept shouting at 33. Well, as we speak, it's 41 or thereabouts. So maybe 40, 41 for USCN. Cadbury also jumped from 41 to 43 today, within that range as well. Then Unilever, that's the big boss, is at 50 at the moment. Anything under 50. But you see, this market is beginning to show some level of impatience and doesn't pull back at all. 51, 55. Even though it's losing, it's at 51, 51, 55. So it's either you are buying at 51, 55, which is 15 kobo less than yesterday's closing price, or you are bidding at 50, 60 or 50, 70. That's for Unilever. Okay, I hope that answers your questions. All right. Hello, coach. What do you think about Legend Okorie Ebubechukwu? Legend Internet PLC for me is overvalued. It's overpriced, and I'd rather wait and see how low it drops before I take a look at buying. Maybe around 5 naira, the listing price. Because even at that listing price, I do not think that it is really worth the listing price. In any case, it's went up to 8 naira or so after crashing from the 9 naira got to 10 naira or thereabouts. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of transactions on going on with CWG right now. A whole lot is happening with CWG. Are they about to clear it and throw it into full bid? Let's see what the bid and offer status is. Currently, 103 million naira worth of CWG traded. 7 million shares bidded for versus 1.8 million shares offered. So the pressure is on the buyers. They are panicking and buying because there are too many buyers in the market versus sellers. I'm talking about CWG. And the up and down movement for QTIX continues. Suddenly we have more offers for QTIX, and that's why you don't rush these things too much. Especially, just don't run after a flying stock. It can be disastrous. Please, coach, which platform is good in Nigeria? Kalisto Suchena. Make up your mind, do your research, ask questions about what stockbrokers are viable for buying stocks. But for us, we use Atlas portfolios. Just make up your mind on whichever you want. Be careful with apps in any case. Right? Wando has started taking energy drink again. Papa Tunde, that was hilarious. Sir, I bought international breweries at 5 naira 25 and now at 13 naira 90 kobo. Can I sell now or wait? Abatilanre, you are making good money here. 5 naira to 13 naira, more than 100%. And yesterday we were asking ourselves, if you had 100 million naira and you have between going into real estate and stocks, and you are given 10 years to raise it to 1 billion, which is the best? Well, you can see how you can double money very fast in the stock market. We are not saying the stock market is a get-rich-quick scheme. Never. It will never be a get-rich-quick scheme. But can I tell you, the stock market can surprise you with quick reward, unlike the real estate industry. In any case, it's good to also diversify. I've been here and advised someone to go ahead and buy a plot of land that she was offered. And that's why we're here. You build it because in the end, you may want to build a house for yourself, right? You need to buy land, build a house for yourself. Why not? You need somewhere to live, somewhere very comfortable. So there comes a time when you build resources from the capital market and then you proceed to buy real estate. If you have so much passion for real estate, but the stress with managing properties is something else. I don't know how many people want to deal with that. In any case, the stock market offers you an opportunity to grow your money quick, and it doesn't matter how small you are starting. But in real estate, for instance, you need money to buy land before even you start doing the land banking, for instance, or you first start off as an agent, running around properties, trying to sell and get your commission, then you build from there, then you start looking for where to buy land that you can afford, and then to grow from there. In any case, you could actually, even as a real estate agent or a realtor, take monies from your commissions, build with the capital market, that's the stock market, multiply it faster, then go back into the real estate which you have passion for to continue to enjoy your passion. QTIX drops to 3 naira 50 kobo, and that's how it works. Okay? African Prudential, Aradel, Boa Cement, Boa Food, Dank Sugar, Jais Bank, Livestock Feeds, MTN, name it, Transcorp. Good. That's coming from Adedo Lukman. There are very powerful manufacturers here that you have, which is impressive. I'm surprised you do not also have a Tier 1 bank. In any case, it's not compulsory, but a balance. But this is a balanced portfolio. This is more like a blue chip. Aradel, Boa Cement, Boa Food, Dang Sugar, MTN. These five will give you solid stability. It's more like defense. If there's a market crash, your portfolio is protected to a huge extent because you have most of the stocks are growth stocks. That's how you structure the portfolio. So even if the likes of Jais Bank, Livestock Feed, Nemet is affected badly, the others will provide a cushion. That's the way it works. NACO continues to enjoy attendance and attention. More transactions going on, 92 Naira 5 Kobo at the moment. Coach, you don't talk about Unilever anymore. Dalucia, you are very correct. That's because a lot of times, if I keep hammering on a stock, it's almost like I have a special interest. I don't have a special interest. I just focus on a stock when there is value. Now, Dalucia is my witness. That Unilever, I kept singing Unilever at 17, I think between 15 and 17, right from the WhatsApp days. And then even when it got to 2025, I kept talking Unilever. It got to 30, I kept talking Unilever until I had to leave it when it got to 40 because before my very eyes, it moved from around 15 to 40. So if I keep talking, it's almost like, is there no other stock to talk about? In any case, I have finished preaching the value. All those times I was singing Unilever at 15, at 20, at 25, at 30, even at 35, right? That doesn't mean it has no more room to fly. It just looks expensive in my head right now. That's why I no longer talk about it too much. But the value is there and it can only keep growing, right? Okay. So we have more callers standing by. We'll go on to, I don't know if Allotted King meant this call, but let's accept. It's been a wonderful addition to us, always helping to grow our finance. Hello, sir. Looks like he's unaware that the call in. It happened yesterday, that because he's always busy sharing the live session. So I'll let him go and go on to the next caller, Yusuf. Hello, Yusuf. Okay. I can't hear nothing. Looks like Yusuf is not ready. Hello, Yusuf. Next on the line is Afna. Afna Initiative.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. Tell
Hello,
us
sir.
where you're coming from.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Bauchi State.
Your name, please.
Hello. My name is Rabi Mohammed.
Rabbi, glad to have
Mohammed
you. Thank you for calling. Good afternoon.
from
Go ahead.
Bauchi. Okay. Is it good to buy Curtis at this time?
Well, QTX is flying.
Curtis.
If you like, you can buy, but it's almost being cleared of the market every drop that comes in. Yes, it's okay to buy. But we were mentioning QTX right from when it was 190, 170, 190, and then 250, 270. In any case, buy it for the long term. If you are buying for the long term, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Babatunde, next call. You are next on the line. Coach, what does NGX 30 mean? Head Aradel and Wema added Y Conoil and Julius Berger exit or exited. Okay, NGX 30 is more like the top 30 in terms of is it market capitalization, I think. So from time to time, when price changes, they reorganize the list. It's just a simple rating of companies based on I think their capital, uh, their market capitalization. I think that's it. So as price changes happens, they keep rating and reorganizing the list. Babatunde, hello, good afternoon. Okay, no response. We go on to Jacob Folari. Coach, I placed a bid for Fidelity at 19 naira 90 kobo, not yet executed. Should I place an order for 19.95? Hold on, let me check what the situation is with Fidelity. Oh, Fidelity is now 20 naira. And please put your bid at 19.95 because there are a lot of 19.95. Right now, there are about 1 million shares bidded for at 19 naira 95 kobo. And that's why some people are buying at 20 already. 32 million bids versus 7 million offers. Hello, sir.
Okay. Mo fẹ́ ní kí Dáre wá pàdé ẹ ni.
All right.
Ó máa gbàṣọ fún ìgbà wá.
That's obviously not for us. We go on to Comex Empire. What do you think of Nestle? Is this a pullback or dump? Let's check what's the situation with Nestle. Is it left?
Good day, sir.
Hello.
Good day, my name is Samson Chiko. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Samson Ochuku.
Yes, sir. I'm calling from
Ogun
Ogun
State.
State. So I'm
Thank
having an
you.
issue.
Go ahead.
So I'm having an issue on my Atlas portfolio. My dashboard is not have not been updated since on the 27th of June. So I don't know.
Okay, let's see if we can call up Atlas. If we are on the tool, we can come to XSC. That is the environment is noisy. Please already move away from the noise. So we are kind of Good says, Coach, is still a good buy at this price. I would not say it's a good buy right now because they will dump on you. Those who bought at 4 naira will soon rush out and sell at 9. So that's why it's not good to run after stocks. Currently 9 naira. The speed with which it left 8 to 9 tells me that there could be a reprieve. If not today, tomorrow, maybe Friday, who knows? But I may be wrong because the market in the end has a mind of its own. Hello, Atlas, are you there?
Coach, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Please, could you communicate with comments?
Good day, Atlas.
Good afternoon, sir.
Actually, I chatted you on WhatsApp. My portfolio has not been updated since on 27. It's just on 27, but on my favorite stock is showing June 1st, but the other side is just not updated.
Do you mean your portfolio valuation?
Yes, and yeah.
So, as at today, you are saying 27th?
Yes.
Right. Just 3 minutes, please. Your name, please. Can I have your name?
Samson Chiko.
Or can you repeat that?
Samson Ochiko Wisdom.
Okay. All right. I want you to send me a screenshot of what you can see on WhatsApp. I'm seeing your portfolio is updated. 27th of June is a long way. So just send your screenshot to us on WhatsApp. Let's check this. I can see 1st of
Okay,
July
thanks.
as of today.
Okay, thanks.
Right, thank you very much. Smile for me is next. While we're connecting with Smile for me, fashion designer in Lagos says, does Fidelity pay dividend? Fashion designer in Lagos, absolutely. Fidelity pays dividend. In fact, they pay twice, and they pay very good dividend compared to their share price. So, go ahead and buy Fidelity, please. It will pay
Hello?
you a lot. That Fidelity will soon find its way upwards again. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Yeah, yeah, coach. Thank you so much for all you do. We really appreciate. I'm calling from Melbourne, Australia. Yes, coach. I'm calling from Australia. So I have a few questions. I'm just curious for those people who are really very busy, who don't have the skill to invest like you do. Do you recommend them investing in maybe aggressive mutual equity mutual funds? Of all of any of the investment banks, or stockbrokers in Nigeria. Then also, I'm also curious. Some of us we want to just, we really want to be a student of your experience. We are looking forward to your books. We are looking forward to materials on how to learn. A lot of these things are confusing to us. A lot of the terms you mentioned, they are a bit too much for some of us. So personally, I've seen what the stock exchange has done for me. In fact, it was when I started seeing your live, I went to check the shares I bought years ago, and I didn't even know I was worth up to 9 million naira. I didn't know when I calculated everything. Yes, so it just
Fantastic.
it's almost like God just took me back. That I'm really happy. I'm part of your group now, and I listen to your live almost every day.
Wonderful.
So please, if you can answer these questions, I'll be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. I didn't get your name.
Oh, Smith.
Meet from New
From
Zealand. Really, really
Melbourne, Australia.
Australia, Australia, yes. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Smith. Really, really heartwarming to hear that you have retraced and rediscovered your touch in the stock market, especially with what you planted. A lot of times we start what destiny has for us, but really don't get a clear picture. And there's a way God does it. Even if you abandon the thing, somehow, some way, it draws your attention back there. There's really actually something in the market for you. Some people make their money through various means. Some are into buying and selling, some are into manufacturing, some real estate, all sorts. But there are a group of people whose wealth is in the stock market. Those are the people I'm sent to. So you just make me feel like you are the one I'm sent to right now. Answer to your question. There is already, that's why when you mention, do I have books and so on, I smile because you are almost talking like something informed you that I'm writing a book on understanding how to invest in the stock market. I'm working on something that covers both the US and Nigerian market. It's not a book that I've seen anywhere else or somebody else has done. Just trying to make it as original as possible and come up with something that can be very helpful to anybody who comes in contact with it, especially Nigerians in diaspora. They really are missing a lot. And hopefully, maybe through books, they will understand better and do these things. For those who may not be available to follow up on all these things, of course, ordinarily, I set up all of these outreach systems of showing people how it works in the market for them to benefit for free on all social media platforms, including my YouTube channel, everything. But I get people still saying, look, I don't have the time, work this and that. Just find a way to manage my portfolio for me. Just tell me what to do, what to buy per time, and then they say, we will pay. Or teach me how this is done. I will pay. That's where the coaching aspect of what I do emanated from, purely based on the demand. And if you want to now serve the public and they are asking you for a particular thing, don't deny them if you really want to serve. I thought that just putting all these things on the platforms and giving my time the way I'm trying to do now is enough. But you see, for those who can't do it themselves and still need one-on-one coaching, at that point now it's direct coaching. Then I also offer that, but that now will mean I find time specifically for you. That's where the fee is coming in, because I have to pay attention to your specific need and work on something for you, and then keep showing you what to do part time until you get used to it.
Understood. Thank you.
Always. Otherwise, YouTube is there. There are basic beginner guide videos to help. But most importantly, it's always a do-it-yourself system. So whatever knowledge you acquire, whatever thing you invest in, it's for you for life. My joy right now is that something you abandon has become meaningful to you. That tells you that you weren't doing it on your own. You were enabled by divine providence to do that. So you will eventually end up not working too much for money. Whenever you decide that you're going to work too hard as you may be doing now, you must have built a portfolio of stocks that will be doing the work for you. While you take your time and enjoy life. Life is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured.
Correct. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. I sent you my message on on Instagram. I'm still waiting for a reply. To join the investors forum. I think there's an investor forum. Yes.
Yes,
So
investors club on Discord free. And I was
yes.
excited to when we are now over 2,400 members in that club. Really,
Wow.
really excited. We're
Good.
growing very fast.
Good.
So
Thank.
I'll go
Thank
through
you so much. Yes,
and
sir. Thank
respond.
you very much.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Next is we had Yusuf, but we missed out on Yusuf. Oh, that's the best news I have heard today. Can't wait for your book, sir. Oh, interesting. Never mind, I'm taking my time. It will be out, and you will all get to know when it's out. Please, Atlas, I'm here to receive my login details since June 26, Austin, Ebube. Okay, Atlas will respond to you via
Hi,
chat
coach.
on the comment section. Hello, sir. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Yusuf. I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria. Here. So
Yusuf from Lagos. Good to have you.
yes,
Go ahead.
uh, I just want to commend you for the diligence work you've been doing on advising us on each how to become richer, buying stocks or not, making investment wise investments. Thank you very much. So I've been
Thank
joining
you.
your streaming. I've been joining for quite a while. I think 2 3 months back, so I joined. I bought all the shares you mentioned, right? I think last month or two back, I have not been consistent in joining your streaming. So I appreciate your input, your advice. The ones I've got, they are doing very well. I got MTN back in December when you advised it. I think it's almost 50%
That
now.
was brave of you. Awesome. Go ahead.
I also got it's easy aims now, HIMS. Yeah, I got that. That's over 70% or so now. So
As it dropped, because it got to about $17 per share. Fantastic.
yes, yes. So thank you. But
Really, really.
I just have one concern regarding one I have in my portfolio right now, which is Tesla. So
When did you
I
buy
don't know what
Tesla?
to do with Tesla. I can't remember now, but it lost value. It lost about
When?
50% value presently. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. So when I got it back then, that was during election with Trump. Everything was still good. But presently, it's just going down. It's just dragging down on my interest accrued over the month. So I don't know.
How
Should
much
I
did you buy?
still?
How much did you buy it? Thank you very much. Health is wealth. Thank you so much. I enjoy roses, and you've just given me one. Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, we lost Yusuf there. I really need to know how much he bought Tesla, because before the elections, Tesla was doing well. Then after the elections, it shot up. Maybe he bought when it rose finally. I really need to be sure what happened with Tesla, because Tesla should be doing very well year to date, at least. It depends really on when he bought Tesla. Tesla used to be 200 and something, then it got to 400 before it dropped, especially during that panic in April. Hello.
Sorry, I mistakenly sent a request. Yeah, but Tesla is not doing well with the disagreement with between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Tesla is not doing well. It shoot up with the idea of robo taxi, and not that it shoot up. I'm still at loss. There was a time it was up to like 40%, 50% loss, and then with the issue with Elon and Uncle Donald, he went down again. And
When
then
did you buy Tesla?
recently, I think they reconciled, but now there's still issue between the issue of the EV, the electric vehicle cars, and whatever, whatever. I'm not interested in the full details, but now it's dropping again because of the issue. Yeah, the misunderstanding they have. Yeah,
When did you buy your Tesla?
that was the same time last year, before during the elections, because yeah, we knew that Elon Musk was actively campaigning for Donald, and then there's high chance of Donald winning. So we're like, yeah, it will shoot up as, but then it didn't do much, I mean, increase. And then before then I start having this fracas and then start dropping and dropping. It started with the
When
Europe actually. Europe we're having issues with Elon with there's something he talked about. Then in the Tesla dropped, and then after that with the Europe, he had issue with the Trump, and that it keeps on dropping and dropping and dropping. Like,
I really want to be sure. Did you buy before the election?
yeah, I bought it before the election.
Okay. I never recommended Tesla before the election because for me, I wanted to be sure. The way he went all out for Trump, if he wins, which was a fantastic risk you took, because it eventually paid off that he won, Trump won. I wasn't ready to recommend Tesla based on that risk because he could have lost as well. And if he did, it would have been disastrous for the stock. So it was after he won, before the swearing in, was when I started saying Tesla will rise the moment they swear him in. And that's a much safer approach I was using to follow when it comes to recommending Trump Tesla because of Trump's involvement with Donald. Nobody ever foresaw this issue with Trump. Absolutely nobody ever saw it coming, especially when you could see how much he went all out and the election is done and dusted. And he was also appointed into Doggy, right? He was chairman of Doggy, and everything was going fine until suddenly what happened. That's part, very dirty fight they had, and it still continues after they try to mend fences. These are some of the things beyond human control. And I would not now advise anybody who is losing because of this fight to throw away their Tesla, unless the loss is not too much and you want to cut your losses, then it's okay. But if you've gone into too much loss, relax. I can tell you, I've just called up Tesla now in pre-market, and I'm seeing it is still dropping. For me, this is buy level for me. The only problem now is who has money to keep buying. If I was in Tesla and I'm recording a loss right now, all I would do is wait to see where it bottoms out, and then I buy more. That's what I would do. But if my loss is not too much, I will cut the loss and take out whatever is left, then look for somewhere else to put it. Because this same Tesla will find its way back up. Something will still come up and it will go back up. It's not going to die at all. That's my opinion. Tesla is not just going to die yet. You know what? You will hear one news about Tesla now getting involved in one kind of AI business or the other, and things will jump back up. In any case, the robo-taxis are still not fully operational yet. There are too many opportunities that Tesla can capitalize on and still do well. But for me, a lot of times, things like this, I see it as a time for wealth transfer. Those who couldn't buy Tesla 400, they can now buy it less than 300. From what I'm seeing in pre-market, it's 298. But it's not a pleasant sight a lot of times. So how to endure seasons like this is why we're here. In any case, whatever else you buy, as far as Tesla is concerned, effectively lowers your initial average cost price. So that's my opinion about what the situation is. I wasn't even paying attention to Tesla most recently. I knew that their fight continued after the initial efforts to mend fences, but it is what it is. A lot of surprises in the market, and for us, is for us to take full advantage when the opportunity arises. And then, of course, if my Tesla is for long term, so I don't really worry too much when prices dip. Now, if it dips too low, it's a signal for me to buy more because I'm in it for the long term. In the final analysis, 2, 3, 5 years from now, it can't be where it is today because the company will keep creating more value. And of course, the price will eventually catch up with it. That's what I think. Okay, I know you called by mistake, but it was a very interesting discussion there we just had over Tesla. So anybody else who has been standing on the sidelines and wishing they had Tesla, maybe, just maybe, an opportunity beckons while we watch how low it drops. Okay, as Sadiq has been standing by, what of Novavax? Novavax, okay, let's see Novavax. Hello. This Look like so I don't know how. Wellness and skin, you are next. Okay, Yusuf says he bought at 312. Now that is 219, for instance, you could, I don't know if it ever, no, not 219, 298 or 293 or something like that. You could find a way. It will be good to see the technicals, right? Tesla technical analysis, look for a major support level and buy, say on a 5-minute chart. Thank you very much for that update. That's all you need right now. How low can it get? Because sometimes it could just jump from that under 300 back up to 300. For Yusuf, you haven't lost. You really are not in much of a loss. 312 to 298, and that means all you need to do is just buy a few more, far less, if it drops below 298. Far less. Otherwise, there's a chance to bounce back up and put you back in profit not too long from now. Because I don't see it falling yes, lowest it can get to 250 or something around that. So you watch and see. Will it drop to 250? If it does, another opportunity to buy lesser, thereby reducing the $312 entry price. And Neola Emmanuel Opeyemi says, is CWG a good buy? Always said this over and over. It's a good buy. But whether it is a good buy now, of course, I said it yesterday that CWG should be a 17 naira stock in a couple of months. Already 13. Hello, Wellness and Skin. Can you tell us your name and where you're streaming from? Or was your call a mistake as well? Thank you very much, fashion designer in Lagos. Appreciate you for the gifts of roses. Coach, what US stock to buy with $50? For Yemi, I need to check my. I haven't really visited the US market. In fact, up to 2 days ago, in the last 2 days, I've not even done the daily day trade list. That's how away from the US market have been. Tesla is very good stock and long-term stock. Henry, only that's it. You know, a lot of times as humans we feel bad when the stock drops. But if you are going in long term, you just have to be ready for some of these bumps in the highway. Just like going on a flight in an aircraft, you will experience turbulence, but along the line, you will sail to or fly to your destination and disembark. Which solid US stock pays dividends monthly? Lakon, check my videos on Instagram and on TikTok. You will find a video I made about some seven stocks that pays dividend monthly on in the US. Wellness and skin looks like you called in by error, so permit me to entertain a new caller, Uyi West, while we drop you off since you are not responding. Hello, Uyi West.
Sorry, I called you by
Hello.
mistake.
Mistake as well. We have a lot of mistakes along the line. Okay. Kaduan is next. I'm scared of US stock market, too volatile. Louisa Oge. The important thing is to know what you are able to deal with and just stick to what you are good at. That's it. Trump is paving way for the rich to accumulate more Tesla. Buy more Tesla if you can. Oh, that's from Gerald right there. It's always an opportunity. They will do this and then disappear, and then the price will jump back up. Tesla will not drop or die because of these things. The company has seen a lot. And I remind you, Tesla is a stock I bought at $750 and sold at about 1,000, is it $1,800 or something before they did their stock split in August 2021 or so, or 2022. Hello. Kaduwan, you two called by mistake. All of you are calling by mistake. All right. I'll go on to the next. Mohammed. Peter Godwin Monday. Is charms good to buy? Yes. Coach, it's like rain is falling at your end. No, there's no rain. I have 1 million to buy commercial papers. What's your advice on this? I always get this minimum 5 million. Well, that's the minimum for this particular commercial paper offered by Fidsin Pharmaceuticals. Coach, Fidelity is showing me shege. It's now 20 naira. Should I still go for it? I have 100K. Let's see how much Fidelity is. Fidelity is at 20 naira. I said it here earlier that the bids are higher than the offers. So there are just put in for 20 naira and buy and go away. 32 million bids versus 8 million offers. Okay, Ivory Clark. Sorry, I was checking your Nestle for you. Nestle is not down. Nestle is at 1,450 naira. So I don't know where you're checking from. It's neutral. That's yesterday's price. It's been selling at yesterday. In fact, it has gained a little. It has gained 5 kobo based on the last transaction. Nestle is at 1,455 naira. And there are more bids than offers. So there's nothing to fear about Nestle. There's no drop in price for Nestle. In fact, Nestle is receiving a lot of attention. 1.1 billion naira spent on Nestle. Nigerian breweries, 1.7 billion naira spent. Now, this is where the money is going. One other way to look for where it's happening, and most likely where you may make quick money is in checking volumes in terms of cash value of transaction. 1.7 billion naira spent trading Nigerian breweries today, and Nestle 1.1 billion naira spent. That's where attention is right now. Look for the billion and the hundreds of millions transactions. It gives you a clue about where the money bags are paying attention. I'll quickly scroll through and give you updates. Anything above 500 million, there is attention in that particular stock, serious attention, I mean. So let's do a quick scroll. Aradel is not up to 500 million, currently 330 million. Who is there again? CWG is just doing only 112 million. Dangote Sugar 184 million. Ella Lakes 275 million. EcoBank Transnational 203 million. Fidelity Bank, you see that? 303 million. Fidelity Bank. And there's a whole lot of bids for Fidelity Bank. So maybe they will clock 500 million. GT Bank, 425 million naira spent. NACO, 219 million. Nigerian Brews, 1.7 billion. Hold on. Nestle, 1.1 billion. Wando, 367 million. Presco, 294 million. Transcorp, 135 million. UPDC, 119 million. That's huge for a penny stock at this price of 3 naira 57 kobo. No wonder UPDC is currently on full bid. Now, for everybody who bought UPDC under 3 naira, congratulations. You listened and you stayed patient. Your time has finally come. 119 million naira spent on a 3 naira stock. That's a lot of money. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just 6 minutes before we go. Is Presco still good to buy now? Christine Yemoja. Presco is trying to breathe after the very tedious run above 1,000. Whether it's good to buy now or not, I can't tell. But if you are buying for long-term investing, there's no better time to buy than now. I saw a post now that corn oil and Julius Berger has been removed from NGX 30, replaced with Aradel and Wema Bank. Yes, that's what we spoke about. Kiddies wear in Lagos. It's not anything untoward. It's just a matter of they have fallen short of the top 30 capitalized NGX stocks. And so they get replaced by those others who have toppled them. Very simple. The lifts will continue to switch from time to time. So if you check the trend now, corn oil must have lost share price. Julius Berger also lost in value. So that's just basically nothing else. It doesn't mean there's any calamity or any crisis. It's just a simple market cap rating. Dealer is asking, is TIP a good buy now? It can't be a good buy now. It used to be a good buy 3 days ago. In any case, if you buy now at 9 naira, you will have to make do and manage with whatever it drops to before, if it has to rise, it does rise. Yes, sir, corn oil has lost share price, JK Banks, that's it, that's just what happened. What best price for Mansard? Mansard has hovered around 9 naira, between 9 and 10, so under 10 is still good for Mansard. Let's see how much it is. 9 naira 30 kobo, not bad. Yesterday was 9.25. Bid and offer, 2.8 million bids, 1.9 million offers. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 minutes to go. Sir, recommend some stocks for a beginner that wants to start his investment journey in the stock. Well, up till yesterday, I was recommending QTix, but as we speak, QTix has cutely left everybody behind and now unavailable in the market. Let's see what the situation is Went from 3 naira 28 kobo yesterday. It's now 3 naira 60 kobo. Full bid, no offer. Well, if I would say UPDC also, UPDC is now unavailable in the market. What then should I say? Let's see. Fidelity is quietly climbing up 20 naira 5 kobo as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you something is going to be happening with Honeywell Floor, right? Well, currently 23 naira 60 kobo, just 25,000 offers versus 2.8 million bids. So another run is now ready for Honeywell Floor. Honeywell is about to fly again. 23 naira 60 kobo, only 25,000 bids, offers. There are 2.8 million bids. I saw it here and I told you when it was 22 that it is building momentum to fly, and now it's gone. The offers are as good as cleared. There was some other stock I was talking about like that also that I said is gathering momentum. Now I can't really tell what stock was that, but I was talking about both of them based on how the bids were mounting and offers were drying up. Hi coach, I sent you a message on Instagram yesterday, J Ace. Never mind. Remember, when you receive a message, when you send a message, you also receive a reply that we typically respond within 1 day. That's because we're dealing with a whole lot of backlog. So never mind, today you will get a response. So, what is the best price to sell QTIX? People are looking for buying and you are asking to sell. Bumi, Ade, you are planning your life ahead of every other person. Interesting stuff, right? Okay. I would say, well, the offers are drying up, just 16,000 from 25,000. Talking about Honeywell Floor, it will soon be over. It's a matter of gone right now for Honeywell Floor, and it will go into full bid eventually. Best price to sell QTIX, I don't know. Why? Because it will depend on how much you bought your QTIX, right? Okay, so do you have a video where I could learn a starter and the legal site to buy? Okay, Onoche, of course. Go onto my YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free. I'm going to type the YouTube handle right now at Wealth Coach Omiete. Search me up there on YouTube at Wealth Coach Omiete. Subscribe for free, that's it there. And scroll down to the beginner guide videos, how to invest in Nigerian stocks, Nigerian and foreign stocks using your phone. I think I did a video like that, over 1 hour video. I explained a lot of things slowly and calmly. I didn't even think of live sessions then. I just did that video and shared links. A year or two ago, right? Okay, so that's about that. Ladies and gentlemen, one more call. I will receive Tiffany Abeka. I think that person has waited very long. Coach, please, I purchased a Como oil stock at 650 and it's currently 790. Which person need to sell? Wow, people are looking to buy, you want to sell. Just a price difference of 100 naira. I would advise you, capital no, do not sell. Was anybody able to connect on YouTube before I take the last call, because we have come to the end of today's session? Hello, Tiffany Abeka.
Hello, Coach. Good morning.
Very good afternoon from my end. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Tiffany. I'm streaming from Canada. So I called.
Good to have you. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I called actually to speak to Atlas because I tried opening an account with them long time ago. This was in May, precisely May 2nd, and they were to get back to me until now. I think they are the reason why I haven't started my investment, because you recommended their platform, and I did put in my application, registered with them, and I reached out to them so that my account could be activated. But till now, I haven't gotten anything from them.
Okay, I would like Atlas, in spite of the fact that the time is up, to respond. Hello, Atlas. You heard Tiffany? Please respond. And I want to trust that they will be able to sort you out today.
I hope so.
Hello, Atlas, are you there? Okay, this is what will happen. Tiffany, do you follow me on Instagram?
I follow you on Instagram. Yes, I do.
Do me a quick message. Let
Okay.
me connect you directly with Atlas.
Okay then. Thank you so much, Coach.
It's too long a time for. Did you ever check your spam mailbox?
Yes, I did. I actually
Not
did.
okay. Just do me a DM. I'll follow up and then connect you with them right away.
Okay
Okay?
then. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Atlas. Thank you, Maobi, and everybody, Alerted King, those of you who continue to be here, and of course, liked, shared, and gave gifts. Really appreciate you all. For the information of everyone else in the US, in Canada, and those who are at work wherever they are and can't really be a part of this, the live session is going to be uploaded fully and shared as always on the YouTube channel. If you are not following me on YouTube, do well to follow and subscribe for free. If you have any need to open your brokerage account, DM me on Instagram. And also, if you want to join Network Investors Club, do well to send me a DM. I will forward the link to you and we'll keep growing. 2,400 members already in that club, and we're really growing, and a lot is going on. Thank you very much for all your attention and support. And of course, I'm really inspired and gratified when I hear the good news about your progress that you're making. Appreciate you. And again, let's do it tomorrow, same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow.